Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you guys here today. I've been missing for a couple of days because, as you know, I think you know, I'm having some things done to my house and it has been too loud to record. So I'm not done yet. So I will probably have a few more times where I just think I'm going to be able to get on and I can't. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, Pisces, let's dive right into your reading. For Pisces, please, Spirit, what do you have for Pisces? What's going on with Pisces? All right, Pisces, wow. Pisces, it feels like there's an energy of trying to repair something here that's been broken. I feel like I feel it's kind of like one of those situations where there is no winner. It feels like both people were sad. Both people experienced some kind of it's a sense of loss. It's a sense of what I keep being taken by is that, when this rose is wilting, right? Some flowers actually, like, I feel like they take on a different kind of beauty as they fade. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with magnolia blossoms, but particularly I am fascinated by magnolia blossoms as they sort of wilt and the life is sort of left from them. They take on a different kind of beauty. And I'm seeing that here with this rose. The rose, it gets like this really deep color before it turns brown and crispy. It's almost expressing or showing its vulnerability in this energy. And when I look at this breakups and makeups, this card is... I don't want to say this wrong because I hate saying things wrong, but I'm going to attempt to say it. It's kintsugi, which is a tradition in Japan where they repair broken things by putting them back together with gold, acknowledging that the thing was broken, but also that was part of its life, but that it can be made more special or more beautiful through its difficulty. And so my focus here, or the energy that I'm picking up on the strongest, is that sometimes things have to fall apart before they can, it feels like a lesson of the ego, right? Where, our pride will be like, I don't need that. I don't care about that. Our pride will shatter something or break something or cause us to get wound up about something and take kind of a reactionary stance that doesn't serve the highest good of us, the relationship, or the other person. And that's what it feels like. But sometimes we have to break through that barrier in order to find the ability to be vulnerable, or the ability to sort of, it's like wiser heads or cooler heads prevail sort of energy, where it's like when I have time to just sort of sit with it, not think about it, not be, get some space, get some distance from the emotion of it. When I can look at it, I realize that I'm hurting because I took this aggressive action, or because something has fallen apart. I'm feeling the loss. I'm feeling vulnerable because if I'm acknowledging my truth, it is that I feel sad. I feel a loss. I feel vulnerable. I feel like I didn't maybe respect or cherish the fleeting energy of everything. You know what I mean? Like that it wouldn't always be there, or that, I wasn't thinking about how much I love this person, or how hard it was to find this person, or how hard it was to deepen the connection to this level when I just trashed it. I was in my ego. I was in a heightened emotional reaction is what I feel like. That's what shatters things. When we're reacting with emotion without, sitting with it, asking ourselves, what is this telling me? How can I respond to it without reacting to it? You know what I'm saying? And so there's just this energy of like, sometimes things have to sort of fall apart before they can sort of come together. So let me see what this is about. For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces. So you have true love. This is a divine connection. You have unexpected people, events, travel, or situations. Take a chance. You can't grow in your comfort zone. Stepping into the unknown is trusting the universe. Go for it. And then you have dreams. Important dream messages are being given. And then you have separation. Surrender into your heart and divine source where there is no separation. The highest levels of love always serve and are without conditions. Right. So when we break apart from someone, sometimes there's a sense of relief, right? Like, oh, wow, like I didn't realize how much that was affecting me. I had one particular very, very close friendship that I'd just been friends with the person so long. I just really wasn't asking myself, is this friendship still in my highest and best? And then there was a series of events, of course, like anything that happened. And I literally was like, I think I need to take some space. And the moment that I really stepped back from it, other people around me that had no idea that I was doing that, but this was one of the main people I was spending my time with, started saying to me, wow, you're really becoming more positive. You're really, like, it feels like you're returning to yourself again. Like, I feel like this is my friend that has been missing for some time. And it's like, I had no clue that this was affecting me this way. At that point in my life, that was before like a major spiritual evolution that I had, that I think hopefully now I would notice those things. But I still, even to this day, sometimes there are friends or relationships that I have that are really, really hard for me to truly step away from, even though I know I need to. But yeah, it's like people noticed around me that like, oh yeah, that was a good move. It was like reaffirming to me that like, yes, I had done the right thing. And, then there are other relationships where you step away from it, or something happens and you don't feel that way. You don't feel a sense of relief. You don't feel better off because you don't have this draining energy hanging on to you. And this can be for a number of reasons, right? Some of them are not terribly healthy, right? Like if we're raised in a toxic environment where we have caretakers that we can't really count on, a lot of times what happens is we're dependent on that person, right, as a child. And so we don't really want to acknowledge that that person is bad for us. And we may not even have the processing capacity to know that, or to put words to it, or to really understand it. And because people like that typically blame you, or blame the child, you get really confused about what's what. And then sometimes in life, we carry that forward by feeling like we're very confused about relationships or particular connections, because we don't want to see someone as being bad. And we've learned this trick as a kid to kind of protect ourselves from having to acknowledge what is true about someone. So we'll sort of sit in an energy of confusion about the person, like, well, I don't know if this is that, you know what I mean? Because that's how we learn to process as a kid. That's how we learn to stay in a non-functional, sometimes abusive, possibly neglectful environment. And so our mind, we just keep doing that as an adult. And that's how, people who experience that as children commonly experience that also as adults, because that's how we process. We allow ourselves to stay in a state of confusion about whether or not something is good for us or something is bad for us. So there is that energy also. But then there are also those people that, especially when we do struggle with emotional processing, right? And we're feeling a lot of emotion for someone, and it is overwhelming. And it comes to a place where it just, the amount of overwhelm we're feeling, coupled with our ability to process or not ability to process, sort of climax. And there is this shattering, there is this falling apart that really is the window to the opportunity that we both have within us as to where we can actually grow, where we can actually find the wound and heal the wound. And so we don't get triggered with it in the future. You feel what I'm saying? So there's this energy here of, it's the third option of what I just said. Gosh, you guys, 2 days off, and I feel a little rusty, although this energy is coming through loud and clear. I just hope that I'm articulating it okay for you. So it's kind of one of those things where a separation is necessary. It's kind of, I'm seeing like a boxing match where someone, gets knocked down, but they get back up before the count ends or whatever. And then we have to go to our separate corners for a second. It's like that. It's like, okay, we almost did this we almost went to the point of no return, and we need to take some time apart, and we need to see what caused this energy, or what moves it was that you made that triggered this, and why did that trigger me, and what's there for me to discover, what's there for me to unearth, what's there for me to find within myself. We can't change someone else. We can't look to someone else's behavior to inform us about us. We have to look within us, because all the answers are within us, and we're not solving to be the perfect person for that person. We're solving to be the highest and best version of ourselves, and trusting that when we are the highest and best version of ourselves, those people who are aligned with us and who are meant for us will come, will be a vibrational match, and there is a magnetic pull then there. The birds of a feather flock together, right? So there's this energy of, where I feel like there's some kind of break, and the break is necessary, and the break is an opportunity. But it is also the kind of break where you're feeling the loss of someone, and this is not an abusive someone. This is someone where it may have even happened somewhat suddenly. Like, I'm sort of getting that, like how when you drop a glass on the ground, it shatters instantly. It all happens before you can even, you may have some knowledge of like, oh man, that glass is about to shatter on the ground, before it actually happens. But you don't have a lot of warning. There's not a lot you can do about it. You're sort of helpless to stop it. And the only thing you can do is sort of clean up the mess afterward. That's sort of the energy I'm getting here. And so it's kind of like, all right, I feel like, what is a glass? I'm getting like glass ceiling vibes even. So it's like, what is the glass ceiling? It's like something that I kind of want to say we pretend doesn't exist, which is why it's glass, but it's there. And when we are in a cycle of growth, it's like we have to push through the barriers. We have to shatter the glass ceilings. We have to like be a snake and shed our skin. We have to, we have to go through this process that is somewhat uncomfortable in order to move the barrier so that we can grow beyond it. And that's what this feels like. And oftentimes in divine connections or deep soul connections, there is this kind of a lot of learning lessons. There's a lot of opportunity for growth. There's a lot of opportunity to evolve and to expand and to change and to become more and to go deeper and to become more vulnerable and to show our humanity or to show our vulnerability to other people, to sort of wear it like an esteemed badge of courage rather than something that we have to hide and cover and not be, not show, because if we show our vulnerability, then people know how to attack us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's go deeper. So I feel like someone is definitely contemplating coming back, taking a chance and coming back around. I feel like it would be very unexpected in this particular situation. I feel like, Pisces, you are a pretty intuitive sign, so you do have this energy of dreams here. You may be even having prophetic dreams or, seeing this person or even getting messages. Holy moly. See, there's that ego we were talking about. Oh, wow. See, I think that this person sort of had this MO of like, they waited for someone to mess up and then they used it as their excuse because they didn't want to take accountability for, for not, yeah, you guys, this reading is very clear. They didn't. Sorry, let me grab some tea. It's like, if I can blame you, or if I can, if you do something that I can sort of blow up, or I can sort of take, that I can sort of say is unacceptable, then I don't have to take accountability for being the one that broke the connection. But I feel, Pisces, you were very loyal, you were very trusting, you were very reliable. Like, there was no reason for this person to do this to you. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you were just trying to give them your best. And I feel like this person, with their pride, some of you may be dealing with a Leo, with their pride, it's like, when there was no excuse and they were getting pushed closer and closer to this edge of vulnerability that they were comfortable with, which I don't think was all that far, it overwhelmed them and caused them to just take this action that I feel like this person normally doesn't take. I feel like this is someone who's generally pretty controlled. And I feel like, there is this energy of, I feel like they're not terribly proud about how they handled that, but I think because they took this action that they can't really reconcile and they don't really want to be accountable for, it actually sort of forced them to look at the broken parts of themselves. And I feel like there is this heavy grief and this heavy sadness and this energy of, even after it's broken apart, even when I reflect on this relationship, it actually even becomes more beautiful, like the magnolia, like the rose. in separation, even as it's dying, it's like I am appreciating the beauty of what it was, and I'm realizing just how precious and how beautiful it was. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's something that I feel this person has not encountered ever before in their life. And I feel like it's pushing them to look at themselves. Um these two cards fell out by themselves, so I wanted to keep them separate from this pack. And they're running and foundation. So I feel like this person is a runner based on something that came from their foundational life before they met you. It's something probably having to do with their family or some kind of sense of security. And people that grow up in a state of instability, whether it's emotional, whether it's food, shelter, whatever it is, you know, that instability is a very triggering thing. And sometimes you can become stable, and still, you know, experience that instability as overwhelm, even when it's not reflective of the life you're in. If something reminds you of that, if something makes you feel shaky, if something makes you feel unstable, if someone asking you to be vulnerable or show a vulnerable side, or knowing that that's what's required for the direction that this connection is going, and knowing it's required because it's being offered to you, and that in order for it to be reciprocal and equal, you've got to offer it. It's like it's causing this person to see within themselves their own brokenness, their own pain. And that is causing them to understand how they are sabotaging the relationship, and how they have sort of adapted this kind of extra hard ego, pride exterior that doesn't let them necessarily acknowledge their weakness or their vulnerability, or the fact that they can still get hurt, you know? This person, I feel like, is definitely wanting to make some kind of return, and they are having some kind of realization. So let's dive into the tarot, shall we, Pisces? All right, so you have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We've got the King of Cups in reverse. We've got the Ten of Wands. Yeah, wow, with the Hangman. Man, Pisces, I think you're weighing very heavily on this person's mind. I'm just getting their general energy here, and then we're going to actually look at what they're thinking and what they're feeling. The Hangman here, this is one of those situations where it's like I said, you know, sometimes you can walk away from a connection or a relationship and just sort of feel lighter and just sort of feel better off. And sometimes you walk away from a connection and it's like you got to sit and look at it for a long time. You got to sort of get your perspective on it and find either the gift in it, or, you know, it causes deeper introspection. It causes us to it exposes something within ourselves that we need to take a look at. And that's what's happened here. Plus, I do feel with the Hangman here, you're on this person's mind. The loss of you, because it is in reverse, I feel like is kind of creating something. What it feels like is their inability to process emotion and to feel stable and comfortable while feeling deep emotion was such a big burden that it caused them to shatter the relationship. But now, you know, the loss of you, the realization, the enlightenment that this is bringing is causing this person to it's its own kind of burden. It's its own kind of overburdensome situation. And so we're at the 10 with the burden. So this conflict is being exposed to this person for a reason. Because their inability to process their emotions and to feel stable within their emotional environment caused them to lose you. Losing you has caused them this burden, a new burden, you know, like another burden. And so it's like this person has to look at it. They have to figure it out. They have to, in order to unburden themselves from the situation, it's like they're going to have to either learn how to process things on a deeper level emotionally, or they're going to have to just let this go. And, you know, with the Seven of Cups, I feel like this person is sort of in that energy of confusion that I was talking about in the beginning, of like, yeah, trying to figure out what to do. Underneath the Seven of Cups is the Five of Pentacles. It's this loss. And it's like, so the loss, the feeling of this loss has this person almost like, you know, it's someone who doesn't want to really process their emotions in their heart. They want to process them mentally. And emotions are not logical. They're not analytical. They're feelings. They're their own thing. They're meant to be felt with the heart, you know? And it's like someone who is trying to, it's like they're having these feelings and they're having these feelings of loss, but they're kind of trying to, I don't know if it's justify them, but they're trying to find a workaround to not feeling them. But the whole thing is so burdensome, and this is a cycle that they have an opportunity to close here with the 10 and start a new cycle. Let me clarify here just the Hangman and the King of Cups. The Hangman. Wow, the Hangman is being clarified by the King of Wands to the Knight of Wands to the King of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, again, is on the bottom. So we have the Seven of Cups on both decks. This is someone who is having this realization about, you know, they've kind of been someone who's focused on, I desire this, not I love this, not I feel so much for this, but I want this, and so I'm going to go after it. And that's sort of how they've been living their life. And I got that feeling. It's like, and then they would wait until someone would do something that they could blame the other person for the ending of the relationship. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, I can't go back from that. That's just too much for me. And I don't think that happened here. And so I think they bolted. And I think because they bolted, they sort of were like, wait, why did I do that? There was no good reason for me to do that. That was just me and my free will choice. And now I'm feeling the pain of the loss of what I let go of here with this Five of Pentacles under the Seven of Cups. And then still I'm trying to short circuit my heart by processing it mentally, which is only taking me to a place of deeper confusion. With the Hangman, this is where it's like we don't try to. We stop mentally processing. We stop, you know, participating. We take a time out and we just sort of allow the enlightenment, allow the gift to kind of come to us. And when this happens with this person, it's showing them this energy of the King of Cups, of you've got to get in a place where you can have emotions like this for someone and not immediately go into your headspace and allow this, well, what if they do this to me? Well, what if they do that? Well, what if they meant this when they said this? Well, blah, 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 blah. All of that is fear of intimacy. All of that is fear of vulnerability. All of that is, in this case, I'm not saying all the time, but in this case, it feels like this is kind of this person's workaround to being vulnerable, and it's also this person's workaround for not trying to feel the emotions that are present with these decisions and choices that they're making that aren't really in alignment with what they even want, let alone what they feel. All right, so you, with the King of Cups in reverse, this person may be someone who has drama, conflict, chaos, outside interference in their life, or really lets outside interference affect them. It can also be where this person just really has a very strong heart chakra blockage that's been put there by drama, conflict, and chaos and instability that they have faced as a person on the planet. And it can be both, because oftentimes if you've experienced that, you also attract that. You know, you perpetuate that energy until you realize you're perpetuating that energy and it's costing you, and you make a decision to change. So with the Three of Pentacles, this is preventing this person from having a deep collaborative energy. With it, they're not able to share a vision with someone. They're not able to really collaborate because they're not stable enough. They're not steady enough. At the heart of the matter, there is this blockage or this outside interference. What is this person thinking about Pisces? What is this person thinking about Pisces? So this person is thinking about how they walked away. Oh my gosh, Pisces, you have the Two of Cups crossed by the Two of Swords. This person is, they're having some major realizations. You have the Fool card and the Ten of Swords. So this person is, there's something here where this person is telling themselves that this is too hard for them mentally, that they have this umbrella here that's being stabbed by these swords. And what are swords? There are thoughts. They're what we tell ourselves. There are words in our thoughts, right? And so what's happening is this person has sort of had this umbrella, this shield, from kind of allowing themselves to really go there with the difficult thoughts. There are things they have been protecting themselves from. You know, like things that they didn't really want to admit, acknowledge, or, you know, dive deeply into, possibly shadow work or whatever you want to call it. But they have thoughts, they have a way of mentally processing things that where it's sort of been like avoiding or not really looking at it or sort of protecting themselves from it. This situation with you is it's preventing them. They can't protect themselves from it. You see how the swords are penetrating through the umbrella. Their normal way of dealing with something isn't working. It's not stopping the thoughts from coming. It's not strong enough. And so this person with the Two of Cups, it's like they understand this is a soulmate relationship. They understand there's something deeper here. They know that this is some kind of love that they haven't or don't normally experience. And their understanding also, I feel like, that this caused them to sort of go, I don't want to see this. I don't want to open my heart to this. This is too much for me. This is like mentally, I can't let down my guard. I can't open up to even process this or think about this. But, you know, so they walked away here with the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. But even in walking away, it didn't solve the problem, because as you can see, they're still having, and even now it almost feels like more difficult thoughts or like how do I want to say it? It's like intrusive thoughts. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It's like they can't stop the thoughts. You know, that's what they were trying to do here, but they can't. And so now it's kind of in this energy of like, you know, with the Fool card, I just want to wipe the slate clean. I kind of want to start over. Like because you can't figure out how to, it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't mentally here, right? Because it's like, all right, I couldn't handle the relationship. I wasn't in a space where I was able to be vulnerable and to like open up and let this person in and or show my vulnerability. I had too much pride and too much ego for that. And so I walked away, and I can't even get peace in walking away and separating myself from this person because the thoughts are coming through even as I try to shield myself from them. So then I just want to wipe the whole slate clean. Well, you can't unsee, unknow, unfeel, unlearn everything that you've already done, right? So they can't go back to the time before they met you, before all of this got triggered within them. So there's sort of this energy of like, do I give this another chance? Like, do I see why this is happening? But there is, with the 10, the acknowledgement that I have to close out this cycle mentally. And so with that hangman and that hangman being in reverse, there's something about, okay, so I turn off the mental body as my processor and I let the answers come to me, or I let the realization, I let the enlightenment hit me. I put my guard down, me with me, to find out why I am reacting this way in this situation, so that I can relieve myself of the hardship that I'm feeling from it. So what's in the heart space? So in the heart space, I feel like this person actually wants companionship. I feel like they actually, they want, wow, yeah, this is breaking open the heart chakra here. I feel like this person they want a soft place to fall. They have always wanted a sense of safety, a sense of stability, a sense of home. You see, we have had many 10s in this reading. This person is definitely closing out a major, burdensome, difficult cycle in their life. And it's through I feel like it's a heart chakra awakening with the tower here, but we'll clarify the tower. But it's like, this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted this feeling of safety and security. I've always wanted to find the one. And I always told myself that when I found the one, I would experience emotional bliss. But it's like, I found the one, and still in all, what really happened is my pain, my unhealed wounds, my whatever, prevented me from being able to accept it, open up to it, and appreciate it. And just be with it. So in this person's heart of hearts, I feel like they feel they have already found their person, and they have found the person that represents this emotional contentment for them. But then, okay, also in the heart space, we have the 7 of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Whenever you have 2 queens and one of them is the Queen of Wands, it feels like there's too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. And especially with the Empress here. The Empress is above all others. But this can be someone who, with that 5 of Wands around the King of Cups energy that we first saw when dealing with this can be someone who has a mom who's super critical, or an ex who still wants them, or and these are people that may have been around in this person's life for a long time. They may have even been the people that planted the seeds that prevent this person from being able to really open their heart chakra, right? But they're it's that confusing thing, back to the whole, you have, like, let's say you've got a mom that's neglectful. You're reliant on your mom, so you don't really want to admit that, my mom's doing a really bad job, or I don't think my mom's really capable of this. So you take on all these other ways of dealing with it. And that could easily be with this person, where they still love their mom because it's their mom and they've been told that's the right thing to do, or they just don't see it any other way, that there's any other possibility. which is true for a lot of people for a long time. I was like that for a long time. Um, and so it's like this person still has people in their heart space that may not necessarily be serving the highest and best good of them, you know? And sometimes it's not even a physical iteration of the person, it's the memory of the person or the scars that the person left, you know what I mean? So let's clarify. First, we're going to clarify this Tower because I feel, oh wow. The Tower is clarified by the High Priestess in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. So before I go any further, I'm going to clarify that Devil. You have the World card here. So this is an opportunity for this person, I think, to break through a heart chakra barrier with the Devil here. It's something that has been really keeping this person stuck, most likely. Yes, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. We've got the 8 of Wands in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's the thing that prevents this person from being able to give in to their desire or to something that is good or healthy for them emotionally. And it's something that when this person feels this, it sends them directly up into their head and causes them to overthink and causes them, it's almost like a freeze response. If you're familiar with the freeze response, this is what I see. It's like I feel this, it triggers this, it sends me here to this place of overthinking and trappedness where it's like I can't really move. The universe may be trying to offer me something that is something that I really want that can lead to my success and my victory here with the 8 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. But I can't let that in. I can't accept that. I can't have that because I'm trapped and I'm stuck with this Devil energy and I'm stuck in fear. We do see with this Tower them releasing this energy, this freeze response, this stuckness, this inability to go with the flow in life. You've got the Page of Pentacles, which is a spiritual lesson for me, and then you have the Page of Swords in reverse. This is an internal breakthrough. It's a way of thinking that someone has not ever thought before. It's like the aha moment that allows the thing to fall apart. And it feels like it's related to you, Pisces, with the High Priestess in reverse here. But it's also symbolic that part of what kept this person stuck is that they were not able to listen to their intuition. They didn't listen to the voice of their heart. They did not listen to the voice of their highest and best self. With the Knight of Pentacles, this card for me is a very reliable energy. It's like, this is a tough thing for me to go through. It's not something that I just have this realization and the next day I wake up and I'm a changed person. It's something that I have to work toward. I have to take slow and steady steps in the right direction. And I have to, a little bit builds up, a little bit builds up, a little bit builds up, but I continue because I've learned the spiritual lesson and because I am freeing myself from a stuck energy and maybe a freeze response. I am putting one foot in front of the other, and as I do that, I am making progress. To closing out this very difficult cycle. Yeah, these seeds were planted long ago, right? Okay, where, yeah, I felt rejected, neglected, or abandoned. All right, so with the Queen of Wands, we have the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Jesus. This is someone in this person's life that acted at one time like they were extending love or like they were offering them something wonderful. But this person is extremely friggin' self-centered. Like they only care about themselves. They're probably pretty narcissistic. With the 4 of Pentacles, they're like me, 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 me. It's all about me, and they're cheap. Like they don't give anything. They're not actually giving love. They're just taking what this person can give. And so this is someone in their heart space who is not good, you know, and wow, it can be just an experience that this person had that they're no longer having, but it is something that has deeply affected them, their heart space. Okay, Queen of Swords. Oh, man. So I feel very much like this could be a neglectful mother. You have the Queen of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords in reverse. This person, I think, played mental games. It's like they were sort of heartless. And I think that there's somebody that told this person, like, I am taking care of you. Like, it's all in your head. Like, they were someone who was manipulative and really was kind of like, you, like I'm infallible. You know what I mean? But they were not offering any real emotion. They were not offering any real support to this person. It's like they were playing head games with this person and just sort of saying like, and there's also the head game, just plain and simple. If it is your parent, where, you know, this is your parent, this is the person that's supposed to love you, this is the person that's supposed to take care of you, and how it just jacks with you when that person doesn't, or when that person, you know, appears to, or can sort of say evidentiary, look what I did for you that day, but they're unreliable and it's unstable. It's like you never know what to really expect. In order for this person to come to a place of a peace of mind at some point in their life, in order for them to just kind of try to keep their water smooth, they had to adopt the energy of the King of Swords, the answer to the Queen of Swords, right? And they became emotionless. They became someone who was very cut off from their heart space. And that was just in order to like keep the peace, especially with that Eight of Swords. There's this energy of someone who would always go into their head probably and would be like, is it really my fault? Did I really do something to cause this? You know what I'm saying? And so this is, I think, the primary reason. And then after this person, they may have come across this person who probably felt an awful lot like this person, and, you know, was equally, I feel like, probably as toxic, but may not have had such a permanent role in the person's life. With the Ten of Cups in reverse here, this is definitely someone who was around for a long time with this person. Or was like instrumental in the way their heart developed or the way they developed emotionally, or really didn't, right? They realized it wasn't safe to have emotions and that they couldn't expect ever emotional contentment or emotional stability. So in order to like compensate for that, this person had to adopt this way of being without emotion. With Judgment here, this person is definitely, through this Tower energy, getting an opportunity to do different. But these are the seeds that have been planted, and these are the seeds of what caused the shakeup. With the Hierophant, this person really is somebody who wants commitment. They are really somebody who wants to evolve beyond their space, you know, that they don't want to be this way in their heart space. And they may even be looking to the divine. They may even be praying or asking for some kind of help spiritually here. Like kind of almost realizing I can't do it by myself. All right, what is this person's intentions with Pisces? Wow. Wow, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, sorry, with the Six of Pentacles with the Magician. I feel like this person wants to show up. We have the Four of Cups. This person does not want to lose this opportunity at what they really want. It feels like they've never been presented with this opportunity before and they didn't necessarily know what to do with it, but they don't want to miss it. You know, wow, Ace of Cups underneath that Four of Cups. So the Queen of Pentacles is someone that we can see ourselves really investing in. We realize and we recognize the value and the worth of the person. We feel that they're very nurturing, very abundant. They're able to take care of themselves, but like they're also someone who offers a lot of support. With the Six of Pentacles, this is reciprocity. This is an equal give and take. There is a desire on this person's part to want to give what is deserved here. And with the Magician here, this is someone who is craving to step into their power, to find their own empowerment, to find it within them to be able to do this. So I do feel like they are letting that tower fall in the heart space. All right, so what actions might this person take? This person is working through some stuff for sure. And they're having a hard time letting go of their way of processing. When you've been doing something your whole life, when this has been your way of navigating your whole life, it's not something that you can just let go of immediately. See, yeah, this person, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, clarifying that, wow, with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This person really does not want to lose this opportunity, but yet, and this person sees your value and your worth, and they see your nurturing, they see everything in you, and they don't want to let you go, but they're also struggling to let go of what has kept them stuck in the first place. And it's this huge sense of imbalance when their emotions trigger this confusion within their mental space. You have the Seven of Cups coming out twice again. These are all of the like, well, what if they reject me? Well, what if, I invest in this and I go all in and I give my heart to this person and this person does not treat it right? What if I go through this process of healing? What if I put myself back together again and then someone stomps it out? I can't handle that. I couldn't handle it one more time. These are the things that we tell ourselves to prevent us from being kind of emotionally vulnerable. They're the things that we throw in our path as illusions, or as, it's not something we're actually facing. And like 97% of the fears that we have don't come true, don't ever come to pass. So there are things that it's just another way for our ego to keep us safe. All the what ifs, the couldas, the shouldas, all that. It's all just a bunch of malarkey that we're holding on to because it's serving our purpose, because it's keeping us safe. It's preventing us from having to take a stand or make a move or let go of something that has become a bit of a security blanket. But it's keeping us stuck. I don't know why I'm coughing so much. All right. Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Wow. Wow. With the Moon on the bottom of the deck. This person has much deeper emotions and actually wants this a lot more than you probably realize. This person is craving a stable foundation. This person is craving to create their own foundation or to create a different kind of foundation. They had to Six of Swords it as a kid. They had to find a way to get through it in one piece to survive it. And, I feel like this person is kind of starting to try to use the Six of Swords energy to take them from that calm water that they were able to create with the King of Swords in their heart space to this space where they can let in a strong foundation and where they can actually like begin to build something of a legacy in the form of a relationship, in the form of a connection. A lot of what is happening with this person is happening on kind of a subconscious level. It's like they may feel very uncomfortable, they may feel shifting, they may feel changing, they may be irritable, they may be sad, they may be kind of feeling depressed or something like that and not really understanding why. I feel like they're purging. I feel like they're undergoing a transformation here. They're undergoing this releasing energy so that they can invite something new in, so that they can have what they truly want. They can build a new foundation and they can actually have a stable and solid Ten of Pentacles type relationship. And I do feel like, again, you know, they definitely, I feel like, plan on making some kind of return here, Pisces. All right, so let me get you some messages here. If you're dealing with a water sign, Pisces, you're getting healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. Just being near you is intoxicating. So many things remind me of you, and you speak to me through music. All right, if you are dealing with a fire sign, I saved your texts and messages. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I do love you. I don't know why this happened. Support, lean on your inner circle at this time, and self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you're getting apology. You can expect an apology, the apology you want to hear. I can't reach out, so it may take a little bit. Acceptance, everything happens for a reason. I can't get enough of you. I know you don't feel the same. I hide my feelings. Yeah, this is someone who, they're emotionally insecure, I feel. And they're working through it, and they just have to work through it. It's going to take the time that it takes. If you're dealing with an air sign, trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. I want to be more than friends. I look for you everywhere. Finances, financial challenges are affecting this connection. And denial, detach with love to clearly see the truth. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you today. Sorry about the last couple days, and I'm unfortunately, until it's all done, I may have a few more days like that. But I'm thinking about you guys, and I'm sending you good energy all the time. All right, until next time, you all my best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.